Konbanwa, James des. Alright, it's been about 20 minutes since these things finished baking. So let's see if they're edible or not. Kinda pale, but not bad for a first attempt. I don't think anyways. First bagels I've ever made. The very first. Let's take the fattest. Yeah, they're still warm too. Now I boiled them here. One thing I'll have to remember for next time, for my oven and for my stove and my little pot there, I gotta start preheating the oven at the same time I start boiling the water. And I don't need to do either of those until I get the bagels in their little round shapes sitting on the counter rising. Oh, and one thing I need to do before anything else is clean the counter, because I don't have much of a counter to work with. So, my very first bagel. Oh yeah. Mmm. It's warm. Can you hear? The outside's crispy and it's warm inside and it's chewy. Oh, this is so much better than that plastic wrap stuff they have at Bagel or in Omotesando State. They have that, oh god, it's funny. In Omotesando one of my very first videos, I went into Omotesando Station and I got one of those like fake bagels wrapped in plastic. And the funny thing about the bagel shop in Omotesando Station is that all the bagels are wrapped in plastic, but they all have like bandanas around their heads to like keep the hair from falling on the bagels, like it's a real bakery or something. Oh, but these are real. Oh. Oh my god. I think I'm gonna cry. You know, I even forgot to get cream cheese, but they don't need cream cheese. These are just too damn good. Oh my god. Let me put the camera down. I got it on the heavy Gorilla Pod here. Oh. Oh, one thing I found out about my stove is that while the timer's running, if you open the door, it pauses. And if you close the door and then press the start button, it starts up again. That was one thing I wasn't sure about reading the recipe, because you're supposed to like take them out of the oven and flip them over and put them back in. And I wasn't sure how I was going to pause the oven, but turned out the oven did that for me. What else? The recipe called for like, what was it? Preheat your oven from 400 to 425 degrees Fahrenheit, which works out to 218.33333 degrees Celsius, and to be safe, I dropped that down to 210. And I set it for 23 minutes. And I flipped them in about, what, like 11 or 12 minutes? And it got up to a full 23 minutes. And they were still kind of pale, so I set them for another 5 minutes. Which is one thing this oven lets you do, is within 5 minutes after it finishes, if you turn the dial for the amount of time that you want added, and then you press start again, it'll keep going. It has this extension feature. I'm just so happy right now. I can make bagels. I'm using a recipe I googled and I chose the first or second one I could find. Homemade bagel recipe. Make great hand-rolled water bagels. You need to boil them. Oh, boiling was so totally the right way to go. It's as easy as baking a loaf of bread, which I've never done before. By John D. Lee. Homemade bagel recipe by John D. Lee. That's the one I used. I made pancakes from scratch. Haven't made cookies from scratch. I made apple pie from scratch, which worked out very well. Oh my god, these are delicious. I need a bigger mixing bowl. And I need a proper baking tray, because I just used one of the trays that came with the microwave. Oh, wait a minute. Then what do I do? Oh, See, it's tricky, because the trays are made to slide right into the oven. Maybe there's something I could put on top of the tray to make it a proper baking tray. I don't know. I mean, it seems like the sort of tray that you could put either bagels on or a turkey, even. Let me turn off the air conditioner so I don't cool off the bagels too much. A little bit pale. A little bit pale, but they taste fine. What next? A couple more runs to make sure I got these down, and God, what? Not poppy seed, because if I get like pulled over by the cops and they decide to do a urine test, then I'll be thrown in jail. Oh God, what can I do with these? Yummy.